We are live here, so thank you all for joining me once again. And we are igniting our passion, rising from the ashes in this Phoenix Rising Masterclass. And we are igniting our passion one self-expression at a time. And that's all it takes. By the inch, it's a cinch. By the yard, it's hard. If you give yourself the opportunity to express your higher knowledge, your higher creativity as it comes into your mind, into your heart, one step at a time, one expression at a time. It is much easier than waiting around and accumulating it all, because that really doesn't work anyway. So take micro steps forward, and that's what everyone here will have the opportunity to do, is expressing yourself, what you gain from this class, what you've gained from being a part of this community, anything on your heart, on your mind that you feel is relevant for the collective here and now. And we'll just begin by taking some volunteers. First and foremost, yes, Steve.
I thought it was very important. It was something I've learned through this journey. But 3 years ago, I crawled out of the vodka bottle, not being aware that there was choice, thinking that that's all life was. And as my journey progressed, you learn that life, nothing happens to you in life. Everything happens for you. Once you realize that, and you are aware that we are in a spiritual alchemy, and there is, as you purify your spirit through each level, if you know anything about alchemizing in chemicals, I've worked in a chemical factory. What they do in there, they heat and pressurize and purify. Repeat again, heat, pressurize, and purify. And think about that when you're going through struggles in your life. What do you feel in your physical body? Just like the gentleman was talking about earlier, when he was having confrontation, you feel this pressure inside yourself. And sometimes you feel the heat in your body. And then when you release that, it's like whew, being aware of what's going on and realizing that I am in a spiritual gym. I am lifting weights. I am when something bad is happening to me, or nothing bad happens to me, when something negative, or people would say is negative, is happening to me, I'm excited because I know something fabulous, something magnificent is going to come out the other side of it. So be aware, always be aware. We always get caught in this victim mentality that this is happening to me. How am I going to get out of this? Remind yourself, this is happening to me. Something fabulous is going to happen. So thank you.
Well, that's incredible, Steve. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm. And I'll just follow-up question for you, Steve. Do you find that this environment with these classes is helping you to go to your spiritual gym and continue putting weight on that bench press for yourself?
Most definitely. You know, as star seeds, or however you want to say us, that's awakened a little quicker than everybody else, is we're positioned in points in a grid around the planet, okay? And many of us are alone. Since I've been aware of what's actually going on, I have I don't have many people to speak to. So yes, I'm growing off each one of you that just pops them lights on for me. It's like, wow, this is awesome. And yes, being able to vocalize these emotions and thoughts to beautiful souls like yourselves. Whereas I can't talk to my buddy down the street here because, I'm living in rural America here, and they're out. They just want to talk about hunting deer and everything else, which is fantastic. But this stuff being bottled up inside of me, yes, it's suppressing, but this is allowing me to grow. I feel like I'm flourishing, I'm fountaining. Just so yes, yes, that's the best answer.
Well, thank you for having that courage to express yourself and taking the opportunity to do so. Thank you. All right, Katie, I see your hand is raised. Did you have something you'd like to share?
Sure. Hello, and thank you for allowing me to be here, Matt and everybody else. So just, to touch on everybody's stories. And, Karen and Steve, Karen, when you were speaking, basically, let me just get to the point. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt like this before, but I have these little clicks that happen when other people around me are speaking, and it feels like you're all versions of me. And I'm sure everybody else kind of feels that same way. I don't know if other people have had this thought, but my entire life I've heard from the people around me, and it's quite amusing. I've heard it's not Katie's world and everybody just lives in it. And I've went through a spiritual journey where I I've gone through awakening with plant medicine. And when I was in that, on that journey, I kept hearing it is Katie's world and everybody lives in it. And after that, I started realizing that we are all versions of ourselves. And it's like a glitch. It's like when I have that moment of realization, it really blows my mind, because it is like, am I actually alone here? And I'm just creating parts of myself in the communication that I have with other people, in the relationships that I have with other people. But that thought kind of makes me feel a little isolated, because it is like, it's quite an out there thought to really think that none of you are real. Like that's quite an out there thought, right? But really, we have all gone through similar experiences, it seems, and the fact that we can share with each other and hopefully be able to wake up other people in that thought that we are creating our reality with what we allow in our universe. It is our world that we are creating, and what you allow in your world is a reflection of yourself. So I just want to say thank you. And we've all gone through these things, and it's great that we're here to support one another. And I know that this is my first time here, but for the most part, I've gone through this journey isolated on my own. So it's really nice to see that there are definitely like-minded people out there. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you kindly, Katie, and thank you for showing up for the call, because I know you had considered not. And of course, I can see through those things. So I always encourage people to get the heck on here.
You're very persistent, very persistent. Thank you.
My pleasure. So thank you kindly for sharing. All right. Thank you, Michelle. Please share.
Well, it's funny Katie brings this up, because those of you that know me know that I believe this is my story, and everything always supports my story. And I've invited all of you characters to come play with me in my world. And that's what lights me up. When I have something that comes into my reality that feels a little kinky, not so good, I think, okay, this is not about the other character. They are here to help me, wake me up, not bring me down, not talk about me, not judge me. Those are old stories playing in my mind that are now ready to be released. And this is your chance, Michelle, let's do it, right? So I realized that I had an old story playing, that I wasn't enough, that I was always messing things up, because, like Karen, I was placed in a position of extreme dysfunction and chaos, and I tried to fix it, but I made it worse. And I was always used as a scapegoat. So I learned a lot at a very young age about what I was not. And it felt very dark and tight, and talk about pressure. Oh my gosh. And so now, as I awaken, oh my gosh, I have huge chills, to me being love expressing itself in infinite ways, it feels so amazing. And I love it when people like Katie, my character and my story that I created to be here for me, shares exactly how I feel. That lights me up. Seeing my other characters light up, it's like, yeah, Michelle, you get it. That's why we're here. We're here to wake you up. So, man, thank you, you guys, again for coming to play with me. I cannot tell you thank you enough. I've been waiting for this for so long. I love you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for your extraordinary enthusiasm. Excellent. Let's hear from one or two more. Who else would like to share? Yasmin, yes, please.
Hi, Matthew. Michelle led me here.
Yes.
This time last year, I was in Cardiff, UK, really cold, really ill, and I was imagining I was on a beach like your background, right? And I was healthy and I could breathe and things are going really well. Now that beach that you got in your background is like a few steps outside my door. Mm-hmm. You know, and then when you were going through the meditation, like how I used to feel in the Cardiff, I used to feel I was healthy. I used to feel that I could be, I used to feel that anything was possible. And now, because I'm here already, when I'm on the beach, I like, I can't remember his name, but he mentioned it earlier, there's nobody around like you guys. And I just really want that humanness, but it's not really humanness, it's like this the spiritual like coming through the human. And like today, like when I seen Michelle earlier this week, and because things are coming at me, and they're coming at me really, really fast, and I want to hold my alignment, and it's kind of hard, but I'm doing it. And when I seen poor Michelle with her foot, and I thought, okay, Michelle's going through this too. Michelle can do it. I can do it. You know? So it's kind of funny. And then there's the reminder of you, because every time you come on Facebook, your beach is behind you. So it's a constant reminder that I've made it. I've got the feeling inside me. And today was really magical because you're all kind of saying the same thing. Thank you.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, thank you, Yasmin. Wonderful self-expression, and that's what we're all here to do. Add our own unique flavors, our own unique vibrations together in this magnificent soup. And as the world is transforming, rather, we're transforming our consciousness to align with the version of the world that we prefer. We're finding our tribe, and we're on this rocket speed train. And the more we gain the momentum, the faster we go, the more we magnetize the like vibrations. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And let's have one more person share what they experienced. Who would like to share?
I will, if it's okay.
Yes, please.
I have been spending, it seems like 2020, I know the whole world was, or majority or whatever was getting sick, but I was trying to really improve my health. And one of the things I noticed was I've been doing life reviews this whole year, maybe deep in mind and playing these out like it's coming to light. From the time I was a baby till a week ago, it's been happening. And I've been trying to do this, go in and do meditation myself, and come up with this class is like the link that I feel that puts it all. I keep saying activation because it activates the higher self, and I just love that. What the vision I got when we were doing one of the breathing pieces was, I have spent my whole life lighting a match and lighting my flame and stepping on it. Literally, where am I responsible? I have been spending the year seeing where I fall short, where I the whole teeter-totter, the whole balance, the shadow and the light in me, my duality, and coming into acceptance with all of it, that it's okay. And with all the traumas and all the things that we've had, and I'm saying we because it's all different stories, but I think it's the same thing. And it's not to seek for love, but what roadblocks we put on our way. So it becomes, and I love saying this word, I get to every once in a while, I'm a discombobulated universe, right? And it's finding that balance.
Yeah.
And really trying to stay in presence. And so I saw myself literally lighting up a match, my light, quote, in a visual, because that's how I learn, how I see is everything in visual.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm stepping on it. So I started to feel almost a sense of chaos in the breathing, and then compassion showed up. Just have compassion for yourself. I spent through my childhood, and I'm sure and through my life, trying to grab love, trying to grab or hope for kindness, for joy, and all of these things. I can see where each person in my life has given me that, and I've seen the other, where it hasn't been so great. So
Yeah.
I just really saw, I actually hugged my own self. This sounds really strange, maybe.
No,
but,
it's beautiful, Angela. It's beautiful.
that I have to give more compassion
Yeah.
because I've been really rough on myself, and then I've seen things in my little life review that I'm not happy with, and I forgive myself for that. I just have to maintain that alignment, and that's where this breathing class, this connection with all of us, helps me to not come to a conclusion, but an activation.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Angela. Thanks for bringing your wonderful, you have like this fairy energy, and it's so uplifting. So thank you for sharing
Thank
that joy
you.
with us. And yeah, I appreciate your self-expression. And just by show of hands, how many people relate to what Angela's saying about nurturing yourself more, hugging yourself, loving yourself? Amen. So we're all right there with you, Angela. And so for everyone here, thank you for joining us. It's always my privilege to share my gifts with you all and allow myself to grow along with all of you, because we're all in this together, and this community is here to support one another. Once again, if you'd like to be a part of this on a regular basis, then connect with whomever invited you here, and we'll get you started on your path to greater spiritual awareness, community, prosperity, and everything else that you are worthy of receiving in your life. And of course, if you would like any individual assistance, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will assist you in whatever way is most appropriate. So thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you, for some of you, next Sunday, and for some of you, we'll see you later today, because we have many classes happening inside our community. So either way, I look forward to seeing you very soon, and love to you all. Bye for now.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thanks, Matthew.
Sharon.